International Darts Open, and my advice is fasten your seatbelts for what could be an absolutely epic encounter between two of the most exciting players on the European Tour circuit. Absolutely fascinating prospect in store here. Really looking forward to this one. I know my co-commentator Paul Nicholson has been given this one top billing all day, but it does really have all the ingredients for what should be a really, really good encounter.
Yeah, it's tantalising, isn't it? I mean, we look at what Chris Dobey did last night against Krzysztof Ratajski. That just showed the talent this young lad has. Everybody in the northeast of England's very proud of him, and what he needs now are tests, and it doesn't come any harder than the former Lakeside champion Jelle Klaasen.
Indeed, established top 10 player now, a man who's made just 2 quarter-final appearances in Europe this year.
First leg is Jelle to throw first. Game on.
And Jelle himself will say he's better than that. It's perhaps surprising given he made the last 4 of both the World Championship and also the UK Open. But here he is, certainly in with a shout on going a long way in Risa. Although that said, 6 qualifiers have made it through to the last 16 already, and Dobey is certainly capable of joining them, especially if he can just stay in contention early on against Klaasen. I think that's the key here for Dobey.
Yeah, he's got to stay with him early, because Jelle's one of those people who really does start like a firework, just gets out and blasts away, and he's doing exactly that.
171.
Wow, leaving a double after 9, that's one way to start, I guess.
10 dart leg to start things off. This might be too little too late from Dobey.
I can't imagine this game's going to be a slow one. Paul Hinks has got his hands full.
Game shot on the first leg. Jelle Klaasen.
Just another day at the office for Jelle Klaasen.
Game on.
Yeah,
up there, 11 darts and 1-0.
Yeah, that shout of 180 was stuck in his throat. 100. It was hanging in the air, wasn't it, as Klaasen rattled in that 11 dart leg to finish things off.
I think it's interesting,
99.
Does Chris Dobey stick with Jelle's pace, or just, you know, try and maybe play a little bit more deliberate? I think Chris is the kind of player that isn't really bothered about what his opponent does. He just wants to do his own thing. He's obviously ruined one of his flights there, so he's just going to put another one in. I think his rise over the last 7-8 months since he made the World Series finals, it's been nice and steady, and I think that pretty much sums him up. He doesn't want to, you know, conquer the world right away. I think he wants to make small steps and get himself into the mix in the next couple of years.
Well, he's got the game to do precisely that, there's no doubt about it. Under the wing of Gary Anderson as well, who he beat fairly recently in the Players' Championship, the 13th Players' Championship event of the year in Barnsley.
59, Jelle require 142.
Well, I would liken Jelle Klaasen's game to a very fast computer processor. It knows what it's doing, no matter what the pace
42.
is, and it's a very, very fast processor. It just boggles my mind how fast. It's like a very fast hamster wheel in his head. It just keeps going and going and going. There's no stopping it.
Jelle require 100.
So, to secure a breaker throw here, it's not going to be for Jelle Klaasen.
These are the opportunities that Dobey has to take early on to stay with Klaasen and don't let him get.
Oh dear. Well, he has to go for treble 19, you feel, and he's not taken that either.
78, Jelle requires 16.
He might have left a double, but unfortunately Klaasen's already had a double and takes it out.
Third leg is Jelle to throw first.
Well, Klaasen does like a quick game, not just the way he throws, but when he gets in front, he likes to stretch his legs a lot.
He's stretching his advantage here as well. Sun 4 to start things off in leg 3.
I've noticed Jelle's got some new flights as well, new colours. He does like a new bit of kit, as we all do. When we were kids, we would go to the dart shop. There was no such thing as online purchasing back then.
57.
You'd go and have the flights and the stems put on the counter, and you'd pick the ones you want. Nowadays, less of a thing really. But if you're backed by a company, you just say, oh, there's a new one. 59. Or are you going to make me a new one?
It just keeps things fresh, I suppose.
It's like Christmas. People ask me why 59. It's called the Cobra. All you've got to do is look at the right arm. When he brings it up, it's like a snake.
56.
I think Chris is getting drawn into Jelle's game here. think it's slightly too quick. He was more comfortable last night playing Ratajski.
Yeah, he's not settled at all here so far.
95.
He's got to play against these kinds of players to experience what it's like against quick guys, slow guys,
100.
intermediate
Yellow
guys.
card 150.
I always found it very hard to play against Jelle Klaasen earlier in my career because he was just too fast. And I would
61.
immediately follow him. And it took me some time to actually realise, you know what, I've got to slow down. But
do you also get stuck into the, well, not stuck in, but caught in the trap of almost thinking about what Klaasen's doing himself as well? Just thinking,
89.
where on earth is he going here now? And worrying too much about what he's doing and not concentrating on your own game. Is that perhaps what might be happening to Dobey? But, we'll talk about that in a moment because Klaasen has just absolutely blitzed his way through that.
yeah, well, plan A for Jelle here was to get out the blocks and keep going. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's leaving Dobey in his wake. And Chris doesn't know what's hit him yet. But got to give full kudos to Jelle Klaasen here. He's playing very well.
100.
Got to think, you know, he plays so fast and he gets the dots out of the board so quick. It's almost like he's not walking to the board.
140.
It's like speed walking for him.
Well, an 11 dart leg, a 16 dart break, and then an 89 checkout on the bullseye. It's all going to plan so far for Jelle Klaasen.
97.
We spoke of the need earlier for Dobey just to stay in contention for as long as he can, and
100.
that is not something he's been able to do.
We saw Ricky Evans play last night. He's arguably the fastest player in the world. Jelle Klaasen isn't far behind.
45.
Jelle Klaasen didn't qualify for Risa last year, by the way. He was outside the top 16 of the Pro Tour Order of Merit
59.
just over 12 months ago. So that's another measure of how far he's come, the giant strides he's made. I mentioned that run to the last four of the World Championship in the new year and also the UK Open as well.
There's one thing I know about Jelle Klaasen is that he really wants to just play it all the time. He doesn't like missing tournaments. But he's going to miss this 142 because Dobey's coming back for tops to get a leg on the board.
Needs this. Desperately needs this.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Well,
Chris Dobey.
It's
fifth leg is
a leg
Jelle
on the
to
board.
first.
On
Game
his
on.
throw, admittedly.
Just chiseling
But,
away.
Yeah, that'll do. I mean, that's the first objective. ticked off.
59.
The next objective is to find a break, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, that's what he needed from Klaasen. He needed a steady score of 59.
120.
And that way Chris has capitalised by hitting two trebles.
Yeah, for all his speed and his
134.
ability to just grind opponents into the floor, Klaasen usually has a mini wobble somewhere along the line, and even
100.
given the comfortable situation he's in here, you still perhaps believe that it might happen again here today.
58.
It's those
There's another
performances
visit without a treble, yeah.
Yeah, it's those performances where he doesn't wobble, where he averages silly numbers. And he can do it quicker than anybody else.
41.
Oh, grimace from Chris.
That was a great chance to just put some distance between himself and Klaasen. It's not happened.
56.
Once again, though, Klaasen unable to find a treble. And he's well, not been derailed, but he's just chugging along here. And Dobey, once again, he could do with another one of those.
81.
He needed it because he's left a bogey, which means 194 can go away in 6 and win the leg.
59.
But it's 3 successive visits without a treble. 15 darts down to 135.
93. Yellow unicorn
It's perhaps
135.
Dobey who's in the frame here, but don't rule Klaasen out just yet. We needed the treble 20 for the bull.
63. Chris unicorn 66.
It's a two-darter, but it's a tricky one. It's double 18 to get back in this match. Oh, he's
48.
missed it high and
Yellow
low.
unicorn 72.
And that gifts Jelle Klaasen a 72 shot. Single 16 for double 18.
36.
His favourite, but not on
Chris
this
unicorn
occasion. So
18.
Chris gets another poke at this. 18 darts throw, not the best leg. He won't care as long as he hits this double 9.
Oh,
It's so awkward now. Got to go to the right and throw it harder.
9 scores.
Not quite hard enough,
Yellow
unfortunately.
unicorn 36.
yeah, Klaasen normally 9 times out of 10 you'd expect him to take out double 18,
Game
and
shot on
he
the
missed
fifth
with the last
leg.
attempt, but
Yellow
no problem
Klaasen.
there. And
Sixth leg is
that's
Chris to throw first.
hard to
Game
take, I
on.
think, for Chris Dobey, because 4-1, but it really should be 3-2. And on we go, and Klaasen is now just 2 legs away from a place in the last 16 of the
58.
International Darts Open, where he would face Mensur Suljovic. Talk about a contrast in styles.
Slightly.
96.
You see there the logo on the shirts of Chris Dobey. He's been backed by Unicorn. He made his debut in Unicorn colours in May at the European Match Play in Hamburg, where he made the second round. Had a fairly productive time of it in spring of this year. He reached the last 16 of 3 successive Players' Championship events as well in April. He's managed actually only one since then as well, so he could do with addressing that if he gets the opportunity.
Well, the thing about last 16s at Players' Championship events
140.
is that you're winning your board. You are the best player on that numbered board, and that in itself is a confidence boost.
Yeah. What's that?
134. Yellow require 130.
£1,500.
So 3 of those. Yeah, you do the maths, and it's all
not a bad day's work.
Part of the equation, yeah.
64. Chris, you require 109.
109 leads 49, needs 32 now for a 4-2 game. And Klaasen, we know what he's going for here.
Some way inside from Dobey as well. 56 remaining. Oh my word, he's hit the treble 7, so 45 on the board.
44.
And Yellow's book, that's 16. A huge slip. So Chris gets another shot. This time it's a double 4. Needs this.
No score.
Busts the score, unfortunately.
22.
So double 11, the Adrian Lewis shot.
No score.
Chris gets another shot.
16.
There have been some missed darts in this match, and Chris has had some chances, and he's got to take this one.
Well, that was very, very uncharacteristic from Yellow Klaasen. Okay, it's a hold of throw for Chris Dobey, but
like it's yellow,
yeah, we talked about that
Game
but that tendency occasionally for Klaasen just to lose his way, and that was a classic example. That should have been in the bag. But straying into the treble 7 was pretty unforgivable at that particular juncture.
I think that may have just been a slip. It is hot up there, and you can forgive the players for the odd loose darts, and there have been some today. But I think with Yellow's game, I think he's got such a beautiful rhythm with his scoring. Just like that. I think sometimes when he's away from the oche, maybe he could do with 1.5 to 2 more seconds just to compose. Sometimes I think he gets to the oche just that little bit too quick. Who might have criticised the top 10 player, though?
100.
Look at who do I think I am. He's sitting on 140 after 9 darts. He's doing absolutely nothing wrong.
85. Yellow require 140.
Well, he lives his life just like his darts, 100 miles an hour.
82.
I've been in a car with him. It was pretty close to 100 miles an hour. Oh, lovely darts from Chris Dobey. Leaves a 170, but he shouldn't come back because tops for Klaasen. Clean as a whistle. 5-2 to the number 8 seed. Chris Dobey is staring down the barrel of a gun now. 4 legs in a row, or it's back to Northumberland.
139.
5-2. Fairly healthy start for Dobey.
137.
But Klaasen responds in kind here.
Oh, when darts is played at this pace, I could watch it all night. It's just so watchable.
45.
Oh, and he doesn't back it up. He's giving Klaasen the keys to the door once again here.
140.
No, he doesn't need telling twice. That's for certain. He's been in a lot of different situations through the course of his career. He's played a lot of young upstarts. He used to be 96. The young upstart. Now, he's a veteran. He's a 10-year pro.
140.
And he's closing in. 84 points away from a meeting with Mensur Suljovic in the 3rd round tomorrow.
121. Yellow require 84.
Double 18.
Surely double 18 for Yellow Klaasen.
66.
Well, he is human after all. Normally it's absolutely metronomic on that double 18 for him, but he's missed it 3 times today now. Dobey simply can't afford to pass up this opportunity. Tops.
Wow. Chris Dobey.
That was a bit special.
Game on.
Used to be a Hollywood shot. It's pretty much the norm these days, but I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, 96. Hitting that under pressure when you have to do it, that is quite impressive, to say the least.
It is indeed. Klaasen has the throw in this 9th leg, but Dobey has put a
100.
degree of respectability on the scoreboard. He'll want more than that, though.
There's so much to admire about the Dobey game.
134.
He's a very marketable kid. If you get the chance to speak to him, he is just such a lovely boy. I tell you what, though, he is gathering so much
45.
experience. Playing the likes of Klaasen at their peak, which I believe Jelle is in now, that's only going to be good for Chris's
93.
game. But I tell you what, Jelle Klaasen will be sick of the sight of boys like Chris Dobey and Michael Smith, all these kids that are coming through, because all they want to do is
100.
take games and titles away from people like the Cobra.
48.
Nice. Straight into the treble 3, but it has brought him down to a finish of 130. But Dobey turning the screw at just the right time.
He might have to hit this, you know. He might have to hit this, and he hasn't got a shot at the bullseye. He missed the single.
80.
So,
Chris
will
Uruguay,
Chris Dobey
76.
punish that miss? 76, single 16, double top, to give himself another chance of staying in the match.
36.
That's desperately unlucky. I'm not sure
Yellow, you require
where
50.
it was destined anyway. But
He'll admit that that wasn't anywhere near the target. Double 9 for the match.
32.
double 18 is
Chris
deserving Klaasen
Uruguay,
here.
40.
Can't believe how many times he's missed it today. It's normally absolutely almost a banker material for him. Tops then for Dobey to take it to 5-4. That's further away.
No
Oh,
score.
how was that miss?
Yellow, you require
Unbelievable.
18.
Too good. Too good. Double 9 to close it out. And he
Showing
goes
the match.
high quality contest between the lad from Northumberland and the man from Holland. What a wonderful contest between two young players. Two players great for the game, but it's Jelle Klaasen, the guy from Holland, who progresses. Well done to him, and he will grab a few words with Alma Porter in a second.
Jelle Klaasen steht im Achtelfinale durch diesen Erfolg über Chris Dobey. Aber wie gesagt, von dem Kerl werden wir in Zukunft bestimmt noch viel mehr hören. Junger Engländer ist damit raus aus dem Turnier. Jelle, you've got a couple of fans over there. Yeah, congratulations. Happy with the game? Had a couple of problems to finish it.
Yeah, I was a little bit out of focus because I think I didn't make a mistake, but Paul Hinks made a small mistake and I didn't correct him because I left 66 and I went for the treble 10. So I hit a 10, 56 left, hit a treble 7, 21, so 35 left, and hit a 3, 32 left. And he scored 44, so I had 22 left, but I didn't correct him, so it's my own fault.
And then you were thinking about that?
A little bit too much, but no, after my holiday, I'm happy with the win, so it's a good start.
Mentor Suljovic, the next opponent, different game. He's much slower than Chris Dobey is. A problem for you because you have a fast rhythm?
Not anymore, no. We play so many slow players in the PDC now, so you get used to it, but it will be a different game. Chris didn't play the way he played yesterday. Chris can play way better, so I was a little bit lucky that he didn't play like yesterday. But no, I feel good. The first few legs I played well, so if I can start like that and finish like that tomorrow, I've got a good chance.
Yeah, looking forward to see you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Jelle Klaasen.